Is that going directly after the opening prayer? After the entire program? Oh, really? Okay. Okay. We didn't know that. We should have. We didn't know that. Okay. All right, everybody. All right, let's make sure everybody gets to their seats, please. First off, I want to say thank you all for coming out and to honor my father. It means a lot to me, right? You all definitely cleaned up pretty nicely, I should say. This is going to be an Islamic service, and so there will be a few things that probably some of you have never seen before. How we're going to start this off is with an opening prayer. If you could please silence your phones or any apparatus that makes noise, we'd appreciate that. Then I'm going to give it to you, Abba.
Peace be upon you. This is called the Al-Fatiha, the prayer, the Muslim prayer. I'll first do it in Arabic and then in English. And we seek refuge with God from the accused and rejected shaitan. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina sirata mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waliddallin. Ameen. With God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. The praise belongs to God, the Lord of all systems of knowledge, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, sole judge on the day of judgment. We turn to you, asking for your assistance. Guide us on the straight way, the way of those whom they have bestowed their blessings, not those who earn your anger, nor those who go astray. Amen. And next, we are going to go on with the program.
All right, I think first I should introduce myself. My name is Micah Abdul-Raheem. I am Roger Darrell Abdul-Raheem's firstborn child, his oldest son. I have two brothers and two sisters. We have Gabriel Abdul-Raheem, if you could stand up, please. We have Benjamin Abdul-Raheem. We have Jasmine Abdul-Raheem and Jaritha Abdul-Raheem. Right, we are, thank you, yeah. Okay. And we are, of course, his children. His wife, Veronica, is here as well, right? I'm not going to make her stand, though. And so I am tasked with I have the honor of reading my father's obituary. And so let's see if we can get through this. I gotcha. Roger Abdul-Raheem, beloved husband, father, grandfather, brother, and friend, passed away February 10th, 2026, at the age of 62. Son of Zykia Abdul-Raheem and Nathaniel Gully. A longtime resident of Forest Park, Oklahoma, Roger lived a life defined by service, faith, and unwavering dedication to family and community. Roger was a brilliant and compassionate man whose intelligence was matched by the generosity of his heart. He helped people freely and treated everyone he encountered with care, dignity, and respect. His warmth and sincerity left a lasting impression on all who knew him. He spent more than 30 years working in the restaurant industry, where he played a key role in establishing franchises for major restaurant chains. Serving as a regional manager, Roger traveled extensively for his work and built strong relationships everywhere he went. He was known for mentoring employees, offering encouragement, and supporting those around him with patience and a genuine smile. A devoted Muslim, Roger lived his faith through action. He was committed to serving others, including helping feed the homeless and participating in charitable efforts within his community. His acts of kindness reflected his deep sense of responsibility to care for those in need. Above all, Roger was devoted to his family. He was a loving father to his 5 children, Micah Abdul-Raheem, Jasmine Abdul-Raheem, Jaretha Abdul-Raheem, Gabriel Abdul-Raheem, and Benjamin Abdul-Raheem. His sisters, Amina Fuller, Robin Fox, Latanya Abdul-Raheem, Lisa Alberti, Sonia Gully, and Christina Brown. Brother, Nathaniel Gully Jr. He cherished his role as a grandfather to his 3 grandchildren, Amaya Abdul-Raheem, Azir Obiarenzi, and Azel Obiarenzi. He is also survived by his niece Aisha Fox, nephews Najee Henderson and Omari Harris, as well as many other extended relatives and dear friends. Outside of work and service, Roger found joy in bowling. He was an avid bowler, right? We need to stress that, okay? Because if you know Roger, right, he had his hands on a bowling ball, right? If you've seen his forearms, they look like bowling balls, okay? He participated in numerous league tournaments and enjoyed the camaraderie and competition the sport brought into his life. I feel like there should be a little bit more in here, right? So not only was he an avid bowler, right? And these will be verbatim out of his mouth. He was the best basketball player this city has ever seen, okay? Right? If you know what I'm talking about, give me a shout out, because there you go. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. He was really good in chess. He won a few chess tournaments. 4.0 student in his class. He was really good in math. Right. You know, I was digging through his drawers one time. I found ping pong trophies. He was really good at ping pong. Right. Who'd have thought? Right? Everything else. My dad said he was the fastest person in the state. He said he didn't run track, but he raced the fastest people on the track team on the street, and he beat them all. So that meant he was the fastest person in the state. Okay, so and many, many, many other things. Roger leaves behind a legacy of love, service, faith, and integrity. He will be deeply missed and lovingly remembered by all whose lives he touched. Right. So that concludes the obituary reading. We're going to have my sister, Jaretha Abdul-Raheem, come up here and read one of my father's favorite poems. Right. There needs to be a little more context on this. He used this poem as a tool to teach us all the time about how to be when he wasn't watching us. Right. About how we should treat others around us and how we should make decisions. So keep that in mind as she reads this, because he has, we have this memorized.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up. To give a little more context, Mike actually had to memorize this poem. I remember when we were young, it was like 10 p.m. at night, and we were at the house on 1524th Street, and I was sleeping peacefully, and Dad I didn't hear him come in, but he came into our room and woke all of us up. And he was like, "Is there something y'all forgot to do?" And so I was a bit confused. And I wasn't sure what he was talking about until I had a flicker of a memory of talking to Micah and Jasmine, being like, "Why don't we just do the dishes?" He had been talking to us about doing these dishes, and they're like, "Nah, it's gonna be fine. He's gonna come in late tonight." So we all had to get up at 10:30, 11, and he was like, "Why do y'all do this? Why do y'all choose the road?" And I think I remember Micah actually saying, "Dad, we like to choose the road of most resistance," kind of like he talked about, and we all had to get up and do the dishes. So and he would always mention this poem. So I'll go ahead and read it. It's on the back of the obituary. It's called "The Road Not Taken" by Robert Frost. "Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And that was I think this really, really speaks about my dad. He was always someone who said, don't take the path that was easiest. Do the thing that's going to be right, even if it's the harder path. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that's our favorite poem. Right. Right, ingrained. So after that, we're going to, actually, we contemplate on how we're going to do this because we didn't want this thing to run too long, right? And so we're going to leave it to God, which is another saying that my father liked to say, right? We're gonna ask if a few people would like to say anything, about their experience or expression about my father, or if not, that's perfectly fine, right? If you want me to say it for you, I would do that as well. But we are going to open this up to a few, right? Because we got a time limit, right? So, but yeah, if anybody wants to say anything, just go ahead and just walk up here, line up here, and then we'll politely tell you when it's time to step down. All right. You think so? Okay. Does anybody want to say a few words? Okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. And that mic should be on as well.
Hi, my name is Morcina, my biological name, but people call me Nisi. Roger and our brother, my mom had 9 kids, and Roger and my brother was best friends. He was friends with Darren Burton, Dwayne Henderson, Anthony Barber. It was probably about 5 or 6 guys. And they would do a lot of things together. So I was talking to Roger's son, and he said, I'm gonna have to get with you guys because my dad said he used to do a lot of things, and we want to make sure it's true. It probably is true because they did a lot of things together. I mean, a lot. I was really sad when I heard about Roger's passing on. But I want you to know, I told your aunt, Roger gave my daughter, my oldest daughter, her first job at Taco Bell, and she thought it was something. But he kept an eye on her, but he knew her because he was around us when I had her, so it had to been a long time because she had to be in that age to work. And so, but Roger, he kept an eye on, and then there's one of my sisters, and I'm just gonna miss him. I am one of the members of our alumni, and one year, I cannot remember the year, we had a class reunion. We normally do a cookout, and Roger came, and I forgot I supposed to been working because I was too busy talking to Roger because we was just catching up on some things, and it was so good to see him. But I'm gonna miss him, and our family he was just part of our family. And it's just a lot of them that, even though my mom had 9 children and we had a handicapped sister, my mom had other children. So he was one of them, and he's just gonna be missed. So thank you for that.
All right, so I'm going to take this opportunity just to give everyone here a better idea of who my father was, right? If you ask any of his children, the first thing they'll tell you is our daddy was mean, right? He was mean, and he was strict. And if things didn't make sense, they did not make sense, okay? Why would you do that? Did that seem right to you? Right? All the time, right? Hey, hey, Dad, I went to school, I spent $30 buying my friends a pizza. Was that $30 I gave you? Right? You don't work, you don't have a job. Where's your next $30 coming from? But my friends, Dad, my friends. Right? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I hope they buy your pizza and your lunch next week too. Right? One of the things, and we used to be so mad. That story she told you about the dishes, that happened, and we never learned. We never did the dishes, right? Because maybe we felt like if we fell asleep, we would wake up the next morning, right? We never put that together, right? So not until we were grown, right? I want to speak on the impact that my father made, right? I know as a teenager, as a young man, I underestimated what my father did and who my father was, right? Ignorantly, because to me, he worked in fast food, right? And so I came to a realization. I said, hey, Dad, did you ever have any ideas of going somewhere? You're super smart. Everybody tells me you're so smart. You wanted to be an engineer. You could have been an engineer, I was, why are you working fast food? Right? And his first thing was wrong with fast food, right? He was like, do you eat fast food? Right? We want to talk about how fast food, supported you, bought this house, right? How fast food, is feeding 5 children, right? My father, and my family knows this very well, very, very strong on his values, very, very strong. You couldn't budge him at all. Okay, my father taught me that you take care of the women in your life, okay? My dad divorced my mother at 3, okay? My mother did not want, okay, even after, because that was my mother, right? He remarried and he took care of Veronica the same way, right? My stepmother, my new mother, right? Did not budge on those values, right? My dad threw the biggest Mother's Day events. If you remember, please say something. Okay, thank you. All right. Worst days of my life. He put me in an apron, okay? And if they ask, you do. That was the only thing. If somebody's thirsty in there, I said, she just had a, right? She might. Didn't matter. Did not matter. You take care of the women in your life. Okay, is what he said. You take care of them all, okay, without question, right? My father, man, I questioned him on fast food. His fast food career, right, has a daughter that graduated from MIT and Johns Hopkins and is a doctor, right? I also have, okay, my father's fast food career, right, has a I can't even talk about what he does because it's top secret, but he works in the military and he makes a lot of money, okay? That's all I can say. You got to ask him, okay? Right? I have another brother that's a software developer, and me, I'm a inventory manager at my job as well, right? So fast food brought my family a long way, okay? So trust me, I never brought that up to my father again. Okay, so, but I'm not gonna hold you. I can stay up here all day talking about my dad. I love him. I know y'all love him too. Okay, he is missed, and he will continue to be missed. Right. I'm gonna pass this over, and we're gonna close this out with a prayer from Imam Arif. He's gonna do the janazah, which is a silent prayer. Yeah. Right. And then, but thank you all for showing up. Okay, it means a lot to me.
Actually, we're just going to say a few words. The prayer will actually be after you're going to do a video. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'll just say a few words from the faith. First, we say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. That is to say, we seek refuge with God from the accursed enemy, the shaitan, or Satan. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With the name of God, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. Normally, in these type of situations, I read an ayat from the Quran that talks about death. The Quran being our holy book. And first of all, again, let me thank God for the opportunity to be here. We're very grateful to be here today. We don't plan to be here, but we plan and God plans, and He's the best at planning. And whatever He does, He doesn't have to apologize for it. He makes no mistakes. Death is just a vehicle that He uses to get us on into the big life. So it's not a mistake. But the Quran says, وَمَا كَانَ لِنَفْسٍ أَن تَمُوتُ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ كِتَابًا مُؤَجَّلًا وَمَن يُرِيدْ تَوَّبَ الدُّنْيَا نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا وَمَن يُرِيدْ تَوَّبَ الْآخِرَةِ نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا وَسَنَجْزِي الشَّاكِرِينَ. This is to say, and no soul can die except by the permission of God. And at a decree that is determined, and whosoever desires reward of this world, we will give it to him, and whoever desires the reward of the hereafter, we will give it to him. So brothers and sisters, I know we have human feelings and emotions and all of these things, but at the same time, this was planned before Roger was born. So we're here, and I was going to come, period, after I had heard of his death, but I had no idea that I would be up here saying any words on behalf of Brother Roger. And I didn't know Roger was 62. Is this 62? I thought for some reason Roger was way younger than that. Because when I met him, when I came into this community that his mother and his grandmother were in, Roger was the children, the sisters and Roger, they looked to me like little children. And then to see Roger as being 62, I had no idea. But I always remember Roger as somebody working. I remember him working at Taco Bell. And I loved Sister Medina. And when I came in and I saw all the sisters over here, and I could see Sister Medina on all of them, and strong genes. And matter of fact, we may be related. Me and Sister Medina used to talk about the Andersons. I got two cousins back there, and we hail from an Anderson family. Our family members are Andersons. And I remember Sister Medina would tell me the history of how they came to Oklahoma, same as ours. And so you never know. And Sister Zakiya, she was the first secretary that I had in my administration coming into the masjid. And we went all over the place establishing a new administration. The governor's office, the mayor, the police chief, all of that. So there's a work ethic in this family. I also, to those who are non-Islamic, I'm a student of the Bible also. And in the Bible it says that you should remember the rock from which you were hewn and the quarry from which came the rock. Remember where you came from, but also remember where you came from somewhere. To me, that's family. Ain't nothing more important than family. We don't care what's happening with the family, keep the family together, period. If you don't smile and enjoy each other while you can, then God has already put in place a mechanism that's going to make us come to situations like this where some of us won't be smiling. So enjoy each other while you can. Love on each other. Forgive for the sake of God. And let me say this on behalf of Brother Roger. Because I never saw him having problems. I never saw him upset, saying anything ill. I always saw him with a smile on his face, especially when you talk to him. But I see these boys of his, and especially this one right here with the glasses on right here. I know y'all run one first, second, and third place and looking like him. But man, if he would have ever denied any one of y'all, they'd have put him in jail. And that just says something strong about people's DNA and everything. But we will, on behalf of Brother Roger, we will do what is incumbent upon us, and that is to give him what we call the Muslim janazah prayers. And we'll do this after everything is wrapped up because we want some involvement from the men to execute this prayer. Thank you.
Undeniable that we should be together. It's unbelievable how I used to say that I'd fall never. The basis is need to know. If you don't know just how I feel, then let me show you now that I'm for real. If all things in time will reveal. Yeah, one, you're like a dream come true. Two, just wanna be with you. Three, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. And four, repeat steps 1 through 3. 5, make you fall in love with me. If ever I believe my work is done, then I'll start back at 1. Yeah, yeah.
Clap your hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the breaks. Brakes on a bus, brakes on the car, brakes to make you a superstar, brakes to win and brakes to lose. But these here brakes will rock your shoes, and these are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up.
Roger. 60th birthday, Roger.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Roger. This will be fun.
Is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Thank you all for being here, right? Helping us remember my father. Now we're going to lead into the prayer.
What we're going to do is position the body so that the head is facing the direction in which we pray. But any men who want to help us with the prayer, you can come up and we're just going to line up and we're going to pray. And when we pray, I'm going to say 4 times, Allahu Akbar, when you're saying God is great. When you're saying that. And then you make your prayers however you want to pray, whatever you're praying for, asking God to help him, forgive him whatever shortcomings, grant him paradise. It's all done silent, so only God knows the intentions of your heart. That's what we're going to do. Any brothers